Number 18, Taste Remains has a question. I want my music to glorify God. When I make music with computer, though, I worry a lot about sources of my inspiration. Any tips or principles to ensure not being influenced by ungodly sources? Um, Let me suggest this. I mean, I'm a musician as well. Okay, I'm not a great musician, but I'm some kind of musician as well. And uh, in my mind, I would want to separate the musical skills and novelties and ideas you're getting from a source versus the spiritual baggage that those things sometimes carry. And I kind of would want to separate those a little bit. And so, like back in the 90s, it was like every worship team was like, I want to try to sound like you too. I want to sound like you too. And you too was, I mean, the whole debate was like, is Bono really Christian and all this kind of thing. And it can be a little weird because you're like debating about a real person who has real views, and we're all just publicly talking about them. It can feel just like gossip at that point. But to say just conservatively, there was some questionable things going on there that didn't seem like there was like a real commitment to scripture, okay, to biblical truth, at least that much with you too. And so people were like, hey, you want to be influenced by you too, but are you going to then import some of this sort of mystic stuff that we see in their music as well? Even though some of the stuff seemed like it really honored Jesus. I don't listen to hardly any music. I could not even name 5 U2 songs, so forgive me if I'm getting some of the details here wrong. I know one of their songs is very much honoring to Christ, and other stuff I was like, what? So it seemed like a mixed bag. So what I'm going to suggest is, are you able to borrow musical elements without the corresponding weirdness that might be embedded in some of the music? And in some genres, pride and rage seem to be like embedded in the music, as in the musical beats and styles are meant to invoke these senses, these feelings. And you want to make sure that even if you did take inspiration from them, you're not reproducing that problem. And so I think that it's just about a wisdom issue. I do think it's okay for you to look to some of these other sources of people who were successful and skillful musicians and learn and grow from them. I don't think we have to cut them off. I think that you just have to have a real line in the ground that says, oh, but here's where they fall short of following Christ, and I'm not going to borrow that in any way.